We all remember when Goku fought Frieza. It was a tough fight that made us all fall in love with anime. And in today's video, we'll rank the top 10 anime fights that blew our mind. Anime fights that not only had great action, but also tripped all the balls. But before we get into the video, please do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we upload a new video. Number 10. Shinra Kusakabe vs Shokusakabe. Fire Force. Shinra wanted to be a good big brother and bring Sho home. The emotional breakthrough happens later in the show, but the fight is a whole different story. The fight starts out pretty one-sided, with Sho looking like he has the upper hand. But Shinra surprises everyone in typical shonen fashion. It has just the right mix of hand-to-hand fighting and superpowers. Number 9. Jinryusai Shigekuni Yamamotso vs Yhwach. 1,000-Year Blood War. Yes, we know Yhwach is strong and all, but it must have hurt to be put down by Yamamotso's overpowered Bankai change. The old man could really make parts of the building and the ground vanish just by touching them with his swords. Then he started giving off so much heat that the ground under his feet started to melt, making it impossible to be touched. When you think about how scary it is to see those bloody skeletons, you can't argue that this wasn't a peak fight. Yamamoto is killed by Yhwach, which is sad, but it's safe to say that the old man did not go down without a fight. Number 8 is All Might vs All for One, My Hero Academia. In season 3 of MHA, All Might went up against the show's bad guy and his worst enemy to save his children and protect his replacement. Even though All Might was struggling, he gave us one of the best final fights for a hero in the series. Also, his United States of Smash move, which he used to destroy All for One with a single punch, will always be one of his most famous. Even though One for All had a lot to say during the fight, nothing would change the fact that he got beat up so badly that night. Number 7. Saitama vs Boros. One Punch Man. The fight was very tough, and Boros turned out to be much stronger than both Saitama and the crowd thought he would be at first. At some point, Saitama throws a bunch of serious punches which cause Boros to explode into blood and meat before putting himself back together and regenerating. If that isn't enough to convince you, Saitama gets thrown at the moon and shoots himself back to Earth, where he finally beats Copycat Super Saiyan 3. For number 6, we have Yeager vs Warhammer Titan, Attack on Titan. Eren didn't give the Warhammer enough time to fully change, and he attacked the poor Titan before the fight even started. People do say that he was able to do this so quickly because the person who held the Warhammer was not ready for battle. But that doesn't change the fact that this type of Titan was very strong, which is why he wanted to get it. Eren also surprised the other shapeshifters when he turned into the Attack Titan 3 times, showing fully formed Titan bodies that he ignored to win. Number 5. Isaac Nataro vs Maroon, Hunter x Hunter. Even though Gon's fight with Neferpitou was crazy, nothing beats the end fight between Nataro and Maroon. Fans like Maroon because he was kinda Kuma guy, and Nataro was such a fan favorite that no one wanted to see him die. Both of them end up dying though, and Nataro gives his own life to make this happen. But that doesn't change the fact that their fight is one that many fans will remember for a long time. Nataro did not give up, even after Maroon cut off some old man's limbs, not to mention the images that came with Nataro's 100-type Guanyin Bodhisattva method, which were very scary. For number 4, we have Kaiju Rengoku vs Akaza, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train of 2022. Everything that happened on the train before Rengoku's fight with Akaza was beautifully drawn and done so well, but the fight between Rengoku and the demon made people think differently about the show. They went out of their way to give us one of the most beautiful fight scenes ever, especially when Rengoku uses his flame breathing. 9th form method in the Demon Slayer series, the last few seconds of the fight when Rengoku is hanging onto Akaza so tightly that the demon rips off his own arms to escape, will always be a priceless moment. At least Hashira died knowing he almost killed Kaza, which is another painful reminder that fans won't get to see how much better Rengoku could get in the future. This is one of the saddest and most famous fights in the history of anime. Number 3. Katsuki by Kugo and Itsuki Midoriya vs 9, My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising of 2019. 9 had no idea what was going to happen when he went up against two superpowered versions of Baikugo and Midoriya. They worked well together, and didn't let up on 9 as they chased him freely into the battle. He pulled at his own hair at one point, trying to figure out how they were so strong. The emotional music and the final hit made for one of the most beautiful shots in the whole series. This fight definitely deserves to be in the top 3 most famous cartoon fights of all time. Number 2. Tegan Uzui and the Demon Slayer vs Gyotaro and Doki, Demon Slayer. Zenitsu and Inatsuke worked well together to beat Doki, while Tanjiro and Tegan tried to get rid of Doki's bigger brother, Gyotaro. Tegan gave the upper 6 demon a beating he will never forget, even though it cost him an arm. This in addition to Nezuko's full transformation, in which she totally destroys Doki to save her older brother. There aren't enough words to describe how epic this fight was and how beautiful it was to see on both big and small screens. Last but not least, Levi Ackerman vs Beast Titan, Zeke Yeager, Attack on Titan. Levi's fight with the Beast Titan is without a doubt the most famous god level fight in the history of anime. Well, fight might be too strong of a word because, if we're being honest, Levi was just beating up the man. In fact, as the story goes on, we see that he completely traumatized Zeke and wasn't finished with him even after all the damage he did. Which one of these totally blew your mind? Let's hear it in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.